Meanwhile, a leading German newspaper appears to be justifying so-called collateral damage because it says they come from good bombs. RT's William Whiteman has the story.
Let's think about something for a second. Good bombing, bad bombing. Does either concept actually exist? Would you ever call dropping a high-power explosive onto a residential area a good thing? No, of course not. But some people see things differently. Wow, great, because applying a yes-no, good-bad simplification to a situation as mind-blowingly complex as the Middle East is today isn't dangerous at all. Explain that to civilians on the receiving end of US airstrikes in Mosul. They should be honored to be maimed and killed by Star-Spangled Democracy bombs, right? I can see the headlines now. That is satire, guys. But these days, when it comes to news, it's getting harder and harder to tell the difference between the genuine article and the spoof. And that is no laughing matter.
German journalist Karin Lückefeld, who's been to Syria on numerous occasions, says the Western media should be ashamed over the different ways in which it reports on Mosul and Aleppo.
I think as a journalist you should look to all sides. And of course, we have in Syria a legitimate government trying to liberate Aleppo, a city, this is just one example, from armed groups. The governments of the Western countries, they stand with the rebels or armed groups. They don't call them extremists, of course. They say these are armed groups, rebels, which are fighting for democracy. It is not the reality on the ground. This is a problem. And I think it's a political will behind this reporting. Unfortunately, I have to say this, but we do only report on one side. And the other side is, you know, when we report about Mosul, the message from the civilians in Mosul is not coming through, actually. So it's a very biased reporting. And as a journalist, I must say it's very embarrassing. It's a big mistake.